There was some concern, of course, that medical companies would be impacted on an ongoing basis by the pandemic lockdowns and the primary healthcare focus on the virus itself. Tell us a little bit about the reopenings that are happening now. I presume that's in part why you can lift guidance.
Yeah, so there are three aspects to this. I mean, on the one hand, we see that globally procedure volumes are back to pre-pandemic levels. Secondly, we can benefit from the COVID-related special demand, and when it comes to the part of the business which is not directly procedure-related, this is when it comes to investment decisions in imaging equipment or cath labs and so on, we see a good momentum in Europe and Asia, while the U.S. is still muted. Yeah, so all the growth we have seen is without contribution of the U.S., but we see the U.S. Market coming back here with already a strong order growth, which also gives us confidence for the future.
Bernd, really good to see you, and great to see a good set of numbers as well. I've just been on your website. In fact, I'm still there. And again, just following on from Jeff's question, the thing that I noticed at the top of your website is a leap in cancer care, a leap in impact. That's your statement at the top of there. And it's not about COVID, it's about other long-term illnesses. Can we now get back to, in any meaningful way, focusing on these other devastating illnesses rather than just our primary focus on COVID-19?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this is also why we have made during this pandemic the historic combination with Varian, because in the long run, cancer is the much bigger pandemic, yeah, much more threatening. And this is where we, as the global leader when it comes to imaging, when it comes to lab diagnostics, when it comes to minimally invasive therapies and Varian, when we team up, can bring cancer care to a new level, and eventually with the target to fear the world, to free the world of the fear of cancer.
Yeah, here to that on cancer. Look, Bernd, in terms of a debate that Jeffrey and I have already kicked off this Monday morning as well, talking about inflationary pressures, I feel it's really important to ask every person in your position, are you seeing big raw material prices? Are you able to keep your margin? Are you able to send that on to the customer as well? Do your workers actually come back to you now and saying, we need bigger pay rises now, there is bigger CPI in the system? Just wondered what your thoughts were on this debate.
So, of course, we have our eyes wide open. Currently, we as a high-tech company, we are not so dependent on raw material prices. It's also not about, labor in the traditional commoditized form. So from that point of view, it is a topic to have an eye on, yeah, but not a key thing which keeps me awake at night.
Given how much cash flow the business is throwing off at the moment, then, what are your intentions with M&A going forward? Obviously, you've put a deal to bed already here that we've just discussed, but what plans do you have for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, I mean, we had a truly historic transaction. Yeah, so the 16 billion transaction with Varian is, of course, first to be on the one hand digested, yeah, but on the other hand, it's the big focus of the business now. On the one hand, yeah, to live through the rest of the pandemic and then to turn this into a success, yeah, so that M&A is currently not the main priority of what we are doing.
And it was interesting, you talked a little bit about the geographical support you're getting at the moment, and some markets are back to where they were pre-pandemic and some markets aren't. How optimistic are you that we will see the trend, at least in your Western markets, continue to improve as the vaccination rates go up?
I'm very, very optimistic. Yeah, I mean, because in the end, especially, I mean, we see a very strong Europe now already, and in the U.S. it is very clear that the market will come back. Yeah, when customers decide to invest again because they see procedure volumes are back. With the procedure volumes, their cash flow will be is back to normal levels, and they will free up the budgets, which have been frozen partially in the last year. I mean, with a little bit of luck, we will even see a bit of pent-up demand.